Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. I recently picked up these two mowers, this Toro Recycler and a Craftsman 5.5 horsepower off of the app OfferUp. I paid $30 for both. I figured the Toro Recycler was worth $20 and the Craftsman $10. That's how I divided up my cost factoring. If I had picked up the Craftsman from a scrapper, I'm given $10. And since the Toro is a better brand and a high dollar item, I priced that at $20. So I was able to fire off the Craftsman. The safety brake cable is broken. It did run initially and then stalled out, so I'll do a carb clean. The main issue with this Kohler was the recoil assembly was broken and no tension on it, so I just borrowed this recoil off of a lawn boy. And put a little gas in it. The gas is leaking out of the carburetor, so I believe the float valve is possibly stuck in the open position. Hopefully it starts and the vibration will knock the needle assembly loose. But I'm going to do a carb clean probably anyway on that. So that's that. As you remember, a while back I bought 14 non-running mowers from a repair shop going out of business. I also bought 5 mower bags from him. And it just so happens one of the bags I got from him was a new Toro bag which fits this unit. So I think I gave 5 each for the bags. I think I got 5 total. This Toro's a new bag. He said I think the customer didn't want the bag, so he had it in a pile. What I found inside the bag was the chute. So that was a bonus deal. I got 2 chutes. I put one on the unit anyway. That makes it a side discharge versus a mulcher or bag pickup. So this is also a 3-in-1 unit. So I got a brand new chute for another Toro. 2 chutes in a bag, so this is going to be a good seller. If I hold this till season, this is going to be a $150 unit. Once I clean it up with the bag and the side chute, this will be a complete deal. So this is a 2000 model year, so a 21-year-old unit, still in good condition. As you can see, it's been sitting under a tree. There's a lot of debris on the deck. Let me look at the air filter. The air filter's wet, which is understandable. The unit's leaking gas. Smells like gas. But we'll be in need of another filter. This is all warped up and soaking with fuel, and it's missing some of the orange foam here on the end. Appears to be an original OEM filter. So I'll leave that off. Like I said, it's got a different recoil on it. Let's try to start this. I'm not sure what it's going to do. I can see the carburetor's dripping fuel. This is a non-priming unit. It's just pull and go. I'm going to add a little gas just to see if that helps out. Maybe we lost all the gas in the carb. I'm just going to put a skosh of fuel in and see if we can do it. Otherwise, this thing's dead on arrival. I do have happy juice. I may give it a squirt. I'll see if I can fire it off with some happy juice. It may have flooded itself out. So, this one's going to need a little more attention. I was hoping to at least hear it fire off. No go. So I'll let that fuel drain out. Remove the carburetor, clean it, and then go from there. See if I can salvage the recoil that was on it. I don't know what the issue with that is, but you can see it dripping here. So the fuel's just pouring out of the throat of the carburetor. I just removed the drain plug. There is some rust on the end of the drain plug here, so I'm going to assume the inside of that carburetor is going to show some rust. It's all rusty right here and crumbly. I just knocked it off with my thumb. I'm going to tug on it a couple times just for the fun of it without the drain plug in it. Check the front wheel drive. Okay, a little black smoke at startup, running rich, which is understandable with the float stuck open. There's extra fuel being pumped into the carburetor. So I'm happy with that. The front wheel drive engaged for the $150 price point. This is going to get 2 new front sneakers. I think I bought 12 Toro front wheel drive wheels to have on the ready, so this is going to get a couple of new sneakers. These are worn out here on the fronts, as I mentioned before. The white plastic of the underside of the wheel is showing. So I think this will be a good turnaround. Hopefully I have another Kohler recoil I can salvage off a dead machine. The Lawn Boy I stole this off is a running and moving unit. So at the minimum I need a recoil assembly, clean the carburetor, air filter, 2 front tires, and sharpen the blade. And the bonus on this deal was the new bag from the lawn repair company that went out of business, and the side chute. These get thrown in the trash or lost. It's hard to keep these side chutes around. So there you have it. This is a 2000 model year Toro 675 Kohler engine, front wheel drive, 22-inch cut. I believe it'll clean up nicely. I'll replace all those things mentioned earlier. This will be a great unit. A good seller come springtime. Right now things are dead. Just after Christmas, grass isn't growing. People are actually selling mowers relatively cheap. People that are moving into condos and moving out of the state. I've seen some cheapies for sale. Anywho, appreciate you kids and cadets coming out, checking out this Kohler 675 with me. I'm going to tackle this Craftsman 5.5 horsepower right now. I'm going to clean the carburetor on it and replace the brake cable. I have several that'll fit this Craftsman in my stash of cables, so I won't have to order one. I have one on hand that'll fit. And some deck cleanup needs to be cleaned up and the blade sharpened. As always, I appreciate you kids and cadets coming out. Come back and see me. Talk to you soon.